WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for staying up with us tonight. Many Mississippians are still out of work. President Donald Trump signed a memo earlier this month making a lost wages assistance program available to states. Mississippi had been waiting to see if it would work financially. Well, the state learned that the money already being paid out in unemployment benefits would count as the required match from the state, so they've decided to move forward with requesting it. Courtney Ann Jackson has more.
Families like Chris Carballos have been living with a lot of uncertainty since the $600 unemployment boost ended at the end of July.
If we lose everything we have, I don't know what we're going to do. And I mean, I'm holding back tears. I'm sorry. This is hard.
It's hard on him. It's hard on me. He feels like he's failing as a husband, as a father. He can't provide for, us.
Carballo was laid off indefinitely, but told his job would be there once COVID concerns subsided. He's been picking up odd jobs till then, but says it isn't cutting it.
$230 gets formula, diaper wipes, no light bill, no rent. It don't cover everything it has to cover for us to survive. And our lights are very close to being off, and our landlord wants us out.
But the state's maximum benefits of $235 a week will likely soon be supplemented with an added $300 from the feds.
We're announcing today that I have directed Employment Security to apply, which we anticipate that we will be approved.
Governor Reeves cautions this added money can't become a crutch.
These benefits will run out. We don't know exactly when at this time, but there is a maximum amount of money that the administration can legally spend on this additional assistance.
Still, it's the announcement the Carballos had been waiting for. The boost won't cover all their expenses, but they believe they can get by while figuring out what's next.
Can't go personally shake his hand, but I will make a message. Thank you. Thank you for helping my family.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
Governor Reeves says if the state is approved for the program, it will take a few weeks to get the computer system recalibrated, but those who qualify will get this benefit back paid to August 1st.
We've had a lot of cloud cover out there this evening, but a nice pop of color in Caledonia spotted for a brief spell earlier this evening. All that white, that's the cloudiness. Now, we have seen some shower and thunderstorm activity locally, but it's been few and far between. There's a few more showers over here in Alabama trying to come back into Mississippi, so our chance of rain is not zero for the rest of tonight. We still may see a few showers or thunder showers. Most spots probably won't see it. So pretty quiet start to our Friday, but as we warm up into the mid to upper 80s during the course of the day, we think there will be more scattered showers and storms probably in the afternoon and evening hours, much like today. And that will carry over into the weekend, the chance of rain. We'll have your 7-day forecast and a look at the tropics in just a few more minutes.
Taking a look at the day's coronavirus numbers, the number of new COVID-19 cases drops again today, but hospitalizations, they're still about the same. State health officials report 894 new cases and 27 deaths. Ocklawaha County reported 2 of those deaths. 1,073 people are in the hospital with confirmed or suspected COVID-19 symptoms. 286 people are in ICU. Regionally, Lee County again has the most new cases with 41. Monroe County has 20, Ocklawaha 19, and Lafayette has 17. College campuses are already dealing with the challenge of positive COVID-19 cases. This includes the administrators at MUW. President Nora Miller says the protocols have been in place because they knew there would be positive cases. There are 4 positive cases at the W within the same class or cohort. Miller says the university worked quickly with the state health department to let students know that they were exposed and to work within the group for testing.
The State Department of Health asked us to treat a certain cohort as an outbreak because there were 3 cases within that cohort. Their recommendation was that the entire group go into quarantine, which is what we have done.
All within the nursing program are asymptomatic. That's according to the W. High school football season, it kicks off tomorrow night over in Alabama. The Lamar County School District says it's not putting a limit on the number of people allowed in the stands. However, there are a few new rules put in place. Everyone is required to wear a face mask or face covering while they're within 6 feet of someone. Also, only those in the same household can sit together. Everyone else must make sure they're being socially distant. Anyone who doesn't abide by the rules, they could be asked to leave the game.
If this is real important to them, whether you believe in the mask or whether you don't believe in the mask, if this is real important to them for us to try to keep our kids safe and everybody safe, then just follow the guidelines, and that's put that mask on.
For a full look at the guidelines issued by the Alabama Department of Health, just visit our website over at WCBI.com. Winona aldermen discussed removing a Confederate statue from the library grounds. A special meeting it was called this afternoon to talk about the matter. The statue is located in front of the Winona Montgomery County Library. Mayor Jerry Flowers says some citizens who wish to remain anonymous asked him to bring the matter before the board. Flowers says the board took no action this evening. He will research who owns the monument and other related issues and report back to aldermen on September 1st. All right, we're going to send things back over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, another picture-perfect fall-like evening, afternoon.
Relatively cool out there this evening. Not a lot of rain.
But over in the tropics, it's a whole different ball game right now.
I tell you what, Scott, things are heating up. We've got 13 and 14 tropical depressions. These two features could actually be in the Gulf of Mexico early next week as hurricanes. Can you believe it? We'll have more on that, plus your 7-day forecast.
For WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
It is great to see you late on this Thursday evening. Let's talk about tomorrow. Actually, let's talk about our First Alert forecast. And we've got a rude, speaking of rude, Scott, turn that phone off. We've got a rude dog here, Ollie, sticking out his tongue at you, Scott, because of that phone. Tomorrow, though, early, there could be a shower. Better opportunity for some rain and storms as we get into the afternoon. The daytime heating mid to upper 80s for our Friday. So very similar to what we had today. That's the way it's looking. Our time lapse from Columbus. Check out this little roll cloud that rolled on in from Alabama. A little bit of an outflow boundary. Also here in Louisville, check that out. Our Alpha Insurance camera network there looking southeast from downtown Louisville, Mississippi this evening. Pretty quiet right now. We've got some storms west of 55. More rain and more storms and some showers here in Alabama, lifting back to the west. And some of those could slip on into our area later this evening and tonight. So the chance of rain is not zero tonight. And we'll have the same story continue tomorrow because we've got this area of low pressure, this upper level low. This is hanging out here, slowly drifting to the northeast. And until that gets out of here, we will have a little bit of rain in the forecast. So there could be a little bit of rain early tomorrow morning. Just have the umbrella on standby if you're leaving to go to work or to school. In the afternoon, daytime heating, scattered showers and storms. If you do see one of those, temperatures will cool down a little bit. As we get into the early evening hours, still a chance for a little bit of rain around here. That will tend to pulse down tomorrow night in general. And then Saturday, we will tend to see more scattered showers and storms. That will become a possibility because that little disturbance is hanging around. And then that will finally pull away. It looks like things will be a little bit quieter as we get into Sunday. But rainfall really spotty here. Some of you may get several inches. Some of you may see hardly anything. All right, the latest on the tropics. 14, that depression, getting a little bit better organized. It looks better. This could become a storm later tonight into tomorrow morning. And it's now forecast to be a Cat 1 hurricane as it approaches Texas or Louisiana early next week, Monday into Tuesday. So that's problem number one. Tropical Depression 13 is forecast to move back to the northwest and possibly become a tropical storm or hurricane and get into the eastern Gulf at the same time. So we could have two hurricanes or storms in the Gulf of Mexico Monday or Tuesday of next week. So the strength and the intensity still very uncertain. The models take it back to the northwest. Those are just various solutions there. We will just keep babysitting things here. Local impacts still unforeseen at this point. So we'll just keep watching the Gulf early next week. Scattered storms for the next couple of days.
Hey everybody, we're back here at Restaurant Tyler, and today we're talking about some good old-fashioned summer sandwiches. Some I've never heard of before, and I've always claimed to be from the South, but Bobby is teaching me a whole lot about some of these sandwiches. So where are we going to begin today?
I am super excited. So these are all what we consider the iconic sandwiches of the South. And when I was researching a lot of these, the popularity on all of these sandwiches happened during the Great Depression.
Wow.
So we have the fried bologna sandwich.
Okay, that one I've heard of. That one's pretty good.
They actually consider that the poor man's steak. So bologna is actually a play or off of mortadella that comes out of Italy. And so I've picked an Italian wine. This is a Cletto Chiorli Lambrusco di Sorbara. It's going to be a sparkling, and it's really going to go with all the stuff that's going on in there. You've got the Duke's mayo, because if you're from the South, Duke's is it. And you've got some cheese, so it's going to cut through all of that.
That's awesome. And Duke's is also Southern made. I think you might have just said that.
Richmond, Virginia.
Awesome. Okay.
So good.
That sandwich is really good. Let's pair it with a wine now. Perfect. This is like a good picnic.
Yeah.
A good picnic lunch, brunch type thing
Oh,
if
yeah.
you wanted to. Okay.
So next we have the caviar of the South.
Okay.
Pimento and cheese.
This one's, y'all, I'm so excited for this
Which
one.
is
I'm not gonna
actually,
lie.
the pimentos actually used to come from Spain, and the reason it became so popular in the South, even though it originated in New York, is because in Griffin, Georgia, they started doing domestic pimentos. So this is actually the sandwich that's served at the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta, Georgia every year. And we are pairing this with the Clos de Bourg Demi-Sec Bouvray. So this is going to be Chenin Blanc from France.
Okay.
We're also going to pair this with the sandwich after this. But with this one, because it does have jalapenos in it, it's got that bit of spice, this is going to play really nicely and tone down the jalapenos that are in it.
Yep, it definitely toned down the jalapeno in there. All right, so this next sandwich, Bobby, I've been a little nervous about since she told me we were going to do this one, but Elvis actually used to eat these, and I know a lot of people in Mississippi, they're big fans of Elvis since he went to school from in Lee County up in that area. So, Bobby, tell us what this sandwich is.
This is the banana sandwich, and there are so many variations of the classic Southern banana sandwich. This one is banana and mayo, which actually, if you talk to Duke's, you just need to spread mayonnaise on both sides very lightly because you don't want that to overpower the banana flavor. But then you also have Elvis, who would do banana, mayonnaise, and peanut butter, and then sometimes he would throw bacon on it. Or the other classic banana sandwich in the South is just peanut butter and mayonnaise. And this is because when you were in the Great Depression, you had things at the grocery store that were really cheap. Bread, mayonnaise. So they would find any combination to get them through everything, which makes sense as to why you took cheddar and pimentos and mayonnaise and slapped it on bread. And the reason you took bologna, which was cheap, and mayonnaise and slapped it on bread. And the same with our last sandwich, which is going to be the tomato.
Okay, I need you to take a bite of this banana one with me.
Absolutely. This is my favorite, so it's like nostalgic with childhood.
Here we go. It's actually not that bad. I'm surprised. Okay. And why does this one pair so well with this the same wine as the pimento?
Mayonnaise is salty, so that sweet and salty effect is kind of what I was going for.
Okay, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Okay, last but not least.
Is the tomato and mayonnaise sandwich. We had to end with this one because everybody in the South knows what the tomato sandwich is. You have to eat it over the sink because it's going to drip everywhere.
Okay.
And we paired it with the rosé on this one.
All right, and we all love a good rosé.
Oh yeah, summertime. This is the epitome of summer.
Perfect summer sandwich. Yes. And tomatoes are real big here in the South as well. Probably everywhere, really.
Also, what's really fun is all these wines can pair with all of these sandwiches.
Yeah, they're all great. All right, if you want one of these Southern classics, you can make them at home pretty easily yourself. Grab a bottle of wine, of one of these wines, and try with it. Have a good day, everyone. Until next time, cheers.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. There's actually a link between a couple of chronic illnesses and certain vaccinations that adults need to make sure they get. We learn more in tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Rosenblatt, part of the internal medicine team here at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. And tonight I want to discuss the link between vaccinations and two of the most common chronic conditions, heart disease and diabetes. Heart disease is the #1 killer in Mississippi. Having heart disease can make it harder for you to fight off certain diseases, or make it more likely that you'll have serious complications from certain diseases. Some vaccine-preventable diseases like the flu can increase the risk of another heart attack or stroke, while some studies have shown that the influenza vaccine can reduce your risk of a heart attack if you have heart disease. Immunization provides the best protection against vaccine-preventable diseases such as the flu, and is one of the safest ways to protect your health, even if you are taking prescription medications. Vaccine side effects are usually very mild and go away on their own, and severe side effects are very rare. Diabetes, even if well managed, can make it harder for your immune system to fight infections. If you have diabetes, you may be at risk for more serious complications from an illness, compared to people without diabetes. Some illnesses, like the flu, can raise your blood sugar to dangerously high levels. When you're sick, you may need to monitor your blood sugar more often. People with diabetes have higher rates of hepatitis B than the rest of the population, and are at increased risk for death from pneumonia, blood infections, and meningitis. Immunization provides the best protection against vaccine-preventable diseases and are one of the safest ways for you to protect your health. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The high school football tour wraps up with the Columbus Falcons. See the 60th stop coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves continues to support college football's plans to play in the fall. The governor announcing a plan that limits game day events and spectators. Executive Order number 1519 lays out the following plan for college game days. Under the order, there will be no more than 25% seating capacity allowed, and tailgating, among other game day events, will be prohibited. As to who will be allowed into the games, that decision will be left up to the individual universities, according to Governor Reeves. For the full details, you can visit our website at WCBI.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the high school football tour with our final preview with the Columbus Falcons. The Falcons enter year 2 under head coach Josh Pulfus, ready to make some noise. The Columbus Falcons are stop number 60 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
Expect excellence. That's our goal. We're not gonna limit or saying we just want to make it to the playoffs or we just want to make it to the division tournament. Division championship or state championship. Our goal and our standards expect excellence.
That's the Columbus Falcons' approach as they work to soar above the competition this season. In year 1 for head coach Josh Pulfus, the Falcons went 4-7 following a winless 2018 season. Now entering year 2 under Pulfus, the foundation is set for them to continue improving, and it all starts with how the Falcons closed last season.
I was a third head coach in 3 years, so just getting them to trust me, getting them to buy in, that was one of the toughest things, but once the kids did it, we kind of went on a roll towards the end of the year.
A key point the coaching staff prioritized that's helped shift the culture is getting stronger in the weight room.
When we first got here, we wanted to put the emphasis on the weight room, and so that's one thing that they did. When they started buying in the weight room, buying in the lifting during the season, buying into extra conditioning during the season, just doing what it takes to win.
But we good on the defense side. We play physical on the offensive line, defensive line. Play physical front sound. I believe we can do something.
Pulfus says he's extremely proud of the work his team has put in this offseason, led by his senior class.
Our kids haven't complained. They came in, they work every day. So I just been proud of once again, my senior leadership. And my juniors just buying in and want to get that losing taste out their mouth, and coming in with great work ethic.
As a team, I want us to be one team, one heartbeat. I want to see all of us come as one and play as one instead of being, well, I wouldn't say it's hunger, but play as all together.
The Falcons compete in the difficult region in 5A, highlighted by the reigning state champs West Point, but Columbus looks forward to seeing what they can make happen on the gridiron this season.
We're just excited, ready to go out and play. Win, lose, or draw, we're just happy to kind of get back to some normalcy, but we're just ready to see where the chips may fall.
I'm trying to make the playoff We ain't made it in a long time, so I'm trying to get to the playoff.
Columbus travels to take on Louisville September 4th. With the Falcons on the high school football tour, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Columbus High School is brought to you by JDS Wealth Strategies and St. James United Methodist Church.
That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back.
A lot of cloud cover still across the region. If you look closely, there are some showers out there, and there's still the opportunity for a little bit of rain as we go throughout the overnight hours. Tomorrow, probably not too active during the morning. By the afternoon and evening, mid to upper 80s for highs, and we'll bubble up some of those showers and storms, much like what we've had out there today. So rain chances here Friday, a little bit lower Saturday. Still can't rule out some rain. I think Sunday's looking pretty good. Highs up to around 90. Monday, Tuesday, Scott, we're watching the Gulf of Mexico. 2 tropical systems could be coming on in.
Insane. So I'm getting my pool day in on Sunday.
Wise
before
decision.
all this comes our way.
Do it.
All right. Thanks so much, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. We know it was a little bit late, but we'll see you back here tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.